Passports and citizenships to avoid like the plague. In today's video, I'll be breaking down 5 strong citizenships around the world that a lot of people advertise as being, oh, this passport is very strong, it's a good second citizenship option, for example, where in most cases that's not true, and I would argue that you shouldn't even go near these passports. So the first one on this list would have to be the country of Brunei. Now, yes, how many people are naturalizing in Brunei currently? Probably not a lot. They do make it very difficult. In fact, I believe you can only naturalize in Brunei if you are a woman. If you are a dude, I think you're just screwed all the way unless you know someone in the royal family. But if you are a woman, you have to be married to a male Bruneian citizen, live in Brunei for 15 years, then you can get Bruneian citizenship. However, a key issue is that Brunei does not allow dual nationality. So unless you really love your Bruneian husband, and if you've lived out 15 years with him in Brunei, chances are you probably do love him and are soulmates. Then you can get the passport, but just be aware that you will have to renounce any other citizenships that you do have. And these are my 2 primary issues with Bruneian citizenship as a diversification option. Number 1, it's a very difficult passport to get, so if you want an easy second citizenship, not the best option. Number 2, they don't allow dual nationality. So if you want to diversify your passport portfolio, but you also want to get Bruneian citizenships, those 2 will cancel each other out. Okay, so the next country on this list, that would have to be the country of Singapore. Now, Singapore is a very beautiful country. It has a beautiful skyline. It's very clean and safe. And frankly, I think we all know why that is. But for citizenship and immigration diversification, it probably isn't the best option unless you are a multi-millionaire who wants to live in Singapore for the rest of your life. Because again, Singapore is quite a difficult country to naturalize in. To be honest, as a citizen, you can't just really move there and then get permanent residency and then naturalize. Most of the time you do have to be someone of a high wealth to even get to live in Singapore. But then beyond that, naturalizing is going to also be a lot harder. However, Singapore, let's not forget this, they do not allow dual nationality, and more importantly, if you are a dude, you have some requirements to serve the country. However, the key similarities between Brunei and Singapore here would be the lack of dual citizenship, because if you're looking to diversify your passport portfolio, that is the final boss that needs to be defeated. Because if a country doesn't allow dual nationality, but you want to diversify there, you are sort of screwed in a way, because then you have to make a decision of, okay, either I'll just maintain permanent residency, or I'll naturalize and give up everything else that I've built. The third country on this list, that would actually be a European country now. We've now moved on over into Europe. That would be the country of Estonia. I've talked about Estonia numerous times on this channel. They do have a digital e-visa program going on if you want to open a digital business and register it in Estonia. However, for citizenship, I would not recommend this country at all, because they are very strict on dual nationality. They might allow dual citizenship if you are an accidental natural born dual citizen, whereas maybe your mother was Estonian but your father was Chilean, right? Maybe then they would allow it. Or maybe if you were a refugee who fled Estonia, maybe then there's a possibility of you getting Estonian citizenship or being allowed to have Estonian citizenship but also diversify your passport portfolio. But if you are naturalizing in Estonia, they're not going to let you keep your other passports. Okay, so the next country on this is, once again, this would be the country of Austria. I always talk about Estonia and Austria together, but they're quite similar in the sense of restricting dual citizenship. Now again, Austria is going to be quite a hard citizenship for you to get if you just want to move there and naturalize. I believe it takes minimum 10 years of overall residency, so it is one of the harder European passports to get, specifically in the European Union, but they also don't allow dual nationality for the majority of people unless you can verify that you or your family, your ancestors I suppose, were persecuted by the Nazis, or if you're some big rich famous dude like Arnold Schwarzenegger, then you can keep Austrian citizenship. But for the majority of people, not going to happen. And the fifth and final country for this video. Once again, we're going to be staying in Europe for now, but if you'd like to see a video from me where I talk about bad passports in every single continent, let me know down in the comments below. But the final passport for this video would be the country of Andorra. In fact, let's lump all of the European microstates into one here, because there is not one that is easy to get and a good diversification option if you want to maintain multiple passports. Maybe there's an argument to be made that Monaco is a good one to get. However, once again, they don't allow dual nationality. So unless you want to live in Monaco for the rest of your life, probably not the best option. But Andorra, San Marino, Vatican is very hard to get, to be honest. So not really a passport that you diversify into, to be honest. So I did bring up Andorra, but in fact, let's classify all the European microstates as being bad ones to get because they don't allow dual nationality, and a lot of them actually are on United Arab Emirates levels of difficult to get, whereas maybe in Austria, okay, you can get citizenship after 10, 11 years, right? In a country like San Marino, it takes between 20 to 30 years of residency. So these are very difficult passports to get. And if you're big on citizenship diversification, I don't think you would be willing to live 20 to 30 years in a tiny European country where they don't even allow dual nationality. It's just asinine beyond belief. Let me know what you think about the passports that I've talked about in this video. Are there any other passports that you think I've missed out in this video that might be worth looking into in more detail? Let me know down in the comments below.